Hi friends, this is me Payal Dutta, and in today's video I'm going to help you with the line-by-line explanation of Act 2 Scene 4 from William Shakespeare's play The Merchant of Venice. Please hit the like button if you like my video and don't forget to share and subscribe. So we begin Act 2 Scene 4. Venice, the street outside Shylock's house. Enter Gratiano, Lorenzo, Salerio and Solanio. From the previous scene, we know that Lorenzo and Jessica were planning to elope. Jessica had handed a letter to Lancelot and asked him to give it to Lorenzo at Bassanio's dinner party. Here we find Lorenzo making arrangements of some kind of entertainment to amuse the guests at dinner. So Lorenzo says, "Nay, we will slink away in supper time, disguise us at my lodging, and return all in an hour." Here Lorenzo and his friends Gratiano, Salerio and Solanio planned to disguise themselves at dinner time since they were organizing a masquerade for Bassanio's dinner party. During the Elizabethan times, the mask was an amateur dramatic practice usually performed in private houses. The players wore masks and costumes and they took part in a torch procession and they played musical instruments. To this his friends reply, Gratiano, "We have not made good preparation." Salerio, "We have not spoke us yet of torch bearers." Solanio, "'Tis vile unless it may be quaintly ordered, and better, in my mind, not undertook." So from these speeches we learn that they were not fully prepared for the masquerade. They did not have a torch bearer. Solanio says the mask would turn out terrible if they didn't do it with style. He thinks it is better to call it off. To this Lorenzo says, "'Tis now but 4 o'clock. We have 2 hours to furnish us." That is, it was only 4 o'clock and they had 2 hours to prepare themselves. While the friends are talking, Lancelot enters with Jessica's letter in hand and Lorenzo greets him, saying, "Friend Lancelot, what's the news?" Lancelot hands him the letter and says, "And it shall please you to break up this. It shall seem to signify." He asks Lorenzo to open the letter and find the news himself. When he says break up this, he refers to breaking off the seal of the letter. Lorenzo takes the letter from Lancelot and says, "I know the hand. In faith, 'tis a fair hand, and whiter than the paper it writ on is the fair hand that writ." Here Lorenzo praises Jessica's hand when he recognizes her handwriting. He says that a fair hand wrote the letter and her hand is whiter than the paper it is written on. Gratiano immediately understands that it is a love letter and Lancelot wants to be excused. When Lorenzo asks him where he was leaving, Lancelot replies, "Marry, sir, to bid my old master, the Jew, to sup tonight with my new master, the Christian." Here we are reminded that Lancelot was about to leave his old master, Shylock, the Jew, and serve his new master, Bassanio, the Christian. He says that he was going to meet Shylock to invite him in Bassanio's dinner party. Lorenzo then hands Lancelot some money and asks him to tell Jessica that he would not fail her. He asks him to do it privately and Lancelot leaves. Now turning towards his friend, Lorenzo says, "Will you prepare you for this mask tonight? I am provided of a torch bearer." Here we come to know that Jessica would be Lorenzo's torchbearer. The actual purpose of having a torchbearer in the scene is to facilitate the elopement of Jessica and Lorenzo. The dinner party plays an important role in the play. It too facilitates the elopement. Jessica is now free to leave her house as her father Shylock will be away at Bassanio's invitation. Salario and Salanio decide to prepare for the mask immediately, and Lorenzo tells them to meet Graciano and himself after an hour at Graciano's house. Salario and Salanio leave, and Lorenzo is left alone with Graciano. Graciano had earlier predicted that the letter was written by a fair hand and it was from Jessica, and so he asks Lorenzo, "Was not that letter from fair Jessica?" To this, Lorenzo decides to tell Graciano everything, that is, everything about their plan of elopement and about the content of Jessica's letter. Lorenzo says, "I must needs tell thee all. She hath directed how I shall take her from her father's house, what gold and jewels she is furnished with, what page's suit she hath in readiness." So the content of Jessica's letter is very important. Here Jessica informs Lorenzo about the arrangements she had made to elope with him. She instructs Lorenzo how they would elope from her father Shylock's house. She also mentions the gold and jewelry which she would carry along with her. And she says that she would disguise in a page's suit, that is, in a young boy's outfit, to hide her identity. "If ere the Jew her father come to heaven, it will be for his gentle daughter's sake." According to Lorenzo, the Jew Shylock could go to heaven only because of his gentle daughter's sake. This proves that Lorenzo had a very high opinion about Jessica. Here Lorenzo seems to pun on the word gentle with Gentile. Now Gentile means non-Jewish person. "And never dare misfortune cross her foot unless she do it under this excuse." Here Lorenzo prays that no misfortune should ever come to her. The only reason why misfortune could cross her feet was that she was a daughter to a faithless Jew, that is Shylock. She had no stain of sin in her. She calls Shylock faithless because he did not have Christian faith in him. "Come, go with me. Peruse this as thou goest." Peruse meaning, to study. Whatever I said, just go through it. "Fair Jessica shall be my torchbearer." So Lorenzo asks Graciano to study the matter as they leave, and he decides that Jessica would be his torchbearer. So this is the end of Act 2, Scene 4. Please hit the like button if you like my video. If you have any question, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I will definitely reply, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.